Right, so we've got a little shortcut here for you. So bikes like Triumph, you can see that little blue button there next to the brand. So you can use this to get into bikes that aren't actually listed on the software. So if you've got a 2020 or 2021 example that isn't actually in the software, so this is a Street Triple 765, I think it was. So we don't actually have this one listed, but you can use this system to get in to find out what systems you have, and should get you out of trouble for most situations, except clearing service lights, which is what the aim was for this particular situation, but we can't do that at the moment until that system is put in there. All these other systems are just using standard communication protocols, so the software can figure that out and will get you out of trouble. So if you don't have the bike specifically, you can perform this scan. We can see we've got some systems with the green and some with the red. The red ones have errors, the green ones don't. So this can get you out of trouble, clear errors if needed, even if the bike isn't in the software. Check out systems, have a look at data, and perform any activations and settings that you might need to do. So we can have a look here. We can see a fault here, system voltage. This is just because the bike's been sitting there for quite some time. It's floating around 12 volts, 11.9 volts. So we wouldn't need to worry about that one. Obviously the bike isn't moving, so there's no information there. This is just in the ABS system. So these are all the functions and activations we've got accessible to us here, despite this bike not actually being a selectable option. So we can come back out of that, back to our initial scan, and we can see all the other systems there. So we can flick into any of the other systems you want to choose. The grey one there, we can't communicate with that one. So we've gone into the petrol injection system. So this can take a little bit of time because it's talking to the ECU and finding out what it needs to know to be able to display information for you. So as usual, defaults to the faults area. There are no faults in the fuel injection system. Click on parameters, we can see all the current information from that system, and you can see the battery voltage there, just about 12 volts. Whole bunch of activations here, so they should operate correctly, and all our settings should operate correctly. This is all without having this particular model and year in the software currently. So this can get you out of a lot of trouble if you've got a new bike come in. You're not going to be able to do things like clearing service, unfortunately, but in terms of diagnostics, absolutely no problem at all. Probably a function that not many people are aware of. So bear that in mind. That little symbol is available on many of the brands. So if you see that symbol there, as long as you've got the right cable hooked up, you can get into the relevant system if it's a newer system. So that little blue button, click on that, off you go.